come to you from an unknown location, at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, bringing you the unknown. Welcome to another spine-tingling episode of Paranormal 411. Your hosts are David Reagan and Jason Scott, and together, they dive headfirst into the mysteries that lurk just beyond our understanding, featuring notable experts ready to share their insights into the world of the strange and unknown. So pull up a chair, pour a cup of something warm, and prepare to be enthralled. Here at Paranormal 411, we're not just a radio show, we're a community of truth seekers, adventurers of the mind, exploring the boundaries of the known and unknown. We invite you to join us, to share your thoughts, your experiences, your questions. Whether you've had your own encounter with the supernatural or you're simply intrigued by the inexplicable, we want to hear from you. So, don't be shy. Drop a comment and let's unravel the mysteries of the universe together. Buckle up as we journey beyond the veil of the ordinary, into the heart of the extraordinary. This is Paranormal 411, where the inexplicable meets reality and imagination takes flight. Stay tuned and remember, in the world of the paranormal, nothing is as it seems.
All right.
Woo!
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Woo! Saturday night. Saturday.
Hey, we got
Roger here.
Roger Bob
What's
here
up, Roger?
with us.
Look what I got. Well, they put me on the screen.
You're on.
You're on.
It's just got a delay.
No, there I am.
Yep.
There it is.
He's got a copy of our new book.
He does.
In his hands. It's a hardback cover. And guess what?
There's no
The
pictures.
8th.
Yes.
There's a few pictures.
There's a few pictures.
Yep. The 8th.
June the 8th.
June 8th. It will be out. Everybody, please go get you a copy. And everybody that got an advance copy, we would be happy if you would go in and go ahead and leave us a review.
Oh, yeah. Write a review. Tell us how bad it was.
Yep.
Good it was. It don't matter.
Yep.
We just want the truth.
Yep. Would be.
No, really. Leave us a good one on.
Yeah. We want 5 stars, baby.
5
Come on.
stars.
Just don't hurt my feelings.
You know, that will help us get the book out too, and it just helps a lot of ways with stuff.
Yeah.
If you leave a review.
Yep. So if you buy one, please leave a review. And for those who got advance copies, leave a review. And if you go ahead and buy a copy, please leave a review.
Yes.
So leave reviews, please.
Hey, Dave,
Yes.
what other podcast you on?
What podcast am I? Oh, well, we are on a lot of places. So we are on.
He's helping you out tonight.
He is. Oh, yeah. I like it because I lost my file. But no,
He lost his mojo.
I did. It's gone. $1 million. No. You could find us at Paranormal 411 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Tonight we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Where else, Jason?
Instagram.
Uh-oh.
We are live on Instagram.
It's not crazy. We're also live on Podbean. We're also live on paranormal411.org. So check us out. If you're looking to find us, you could do that at paranormal411.org, Paranormal 411 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we're also live every Saturday night. That's tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hey, look, I commented and it gave me Project Dark Corona.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
we don't exist in it. That doesn't exist anymore.
Maybe I'll have to change that. Have
Yeah,
to figure that
I
out.
think we're going to have to.
Anyway, if I comment Project Dark Corona, it's really Paranormal 411.
But that's on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yes.
Insta ham.
I think I didn't ever change it over when we changed our name. But I changed the email, but not the username.
Gotcha. Can we change the username?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Cool. I was saying before I got interrupted. Saturday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WDJY FM. If you're in the metro Atlanta area, that is 99.1 FM on your dial. And hey, guess what? If you're not in the metro Atlanta area, you could still listen to us on WDJYFM.com or paranormal411.org. You just click on the link, boom, and you're listening to us. Remember, that's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's tonight's show about on there, Jason? Do you remember?
Oh, I can't remember what I put up.
You put it up quite a while back, probably, huh?
Yeah.
So anyway, check us out. We are also on Subspace Radio and all of your favorite podcast platforms. Join us.
Join us, Roger. Join. Hey, if y'all don't know Roger, his name is Roger Gibson. He has a channel on YouTube called Halloween Sickness.
Yes.
And he's got some pretty good videos that he's made, and got a lot of bands, local bands. And we really appreciate him coming on the show tonight.
Yep.
He's had a lot of experience dealing with shadows.
Shadow people. You don't see them, but you do.
Yeah, in your peripheral.
Yes. You know, that's one phenomena. Phenomena. Do, 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 do. Phenomena. Do, 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 do. No.
That's what we've been smoking.
That's it. That's one phenomenon that I could say that I've never experienced.
Hey, you know my little experience with one.
That's right. Man, see?
Yeah.
Man. Hey, Bugsy.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
happening?
He gonna kill me, mama. Yeah, it was a crazy one. I didn't think it was, I thought it was my head, but I believe it was a shadow person.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
Roger.
different people have them as the Hat Man and
The Hag.
Yeah.
It's the Tall Man. It's the
Slender Man.
Yeah, Slender Man. There's one that's just the shadow. It's just
The Hat Man.
Yeah. There's yeah.
It's a term used in the paranormal field to describe ghostly beings that appear as dark forms.
Yes.
And every place on earth is experienced.
Yep.
I mean, no matter where you go, there's an experience. Some person has had them.
Yep. They're often reported as being seen in your peripheral vision, right?
Yeah.
They move quickly, disappearing when you try to directly look at them. So anytime you try to look at them,
yeah, it's gone.
Scary.
I was standing out in David's front yard talking to David one night, and one went whizzing by, and I looked, and they was like, "What?" I went, "Can you see that?"
So I wonder what the fascination with shadows and you are. I mean, you've had a lot of them.
Oh yeah, I mean, all my life. I mean, the far back I remember, I seen them, and a day or two at work, standing at my little corner at my desk. I mean, it's as plain as I don't know what. I mean, like somebody was actually standing right next to me. And I just turned to look. It was nothing. No one there. But yet, I mean, I could see them out of the corner of my eye.
Huh.
I mean,
That's interesting.
yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, I had to look twice, going like, "Okay, come on now, quit your running,
What's going on? Stop it!"
Yeah, they seem to avoid you pretty well.
Yeah,
but I mean,
do I offend?
I do get a lot of peripheral shadows too. I mean, sometimes it's light too. It's not just a shadow.
Oh yeah.
But have you ever seen the light out of the corner of your eyes, like moving fast?
Nope.
Any shadows? No shadows.
None.
But you see ghosts.
I see people. Yeah. I'll see full apparitions. I don't see just partial see-through apparitions.
Well, I mean,
floating I see like Looks like I'm looking at you.
Yeah, these are described as human shape most of the time,
They
but
are.
I have seen some small black shadows, like maybe a pet.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
And I caught one on my outside camera on my back porch. It may have been a rat, but it was fast. If it was a rat, it was Speedy Gonzalez. And it just looked something black, just
Huh.
you know how
Yeah.
that's what it looked, just something black.
I got to told this story one time, and of course, David, years ago when me and David was real young, we had a Ouija board set in the middle of my floor playing with Ouija board. Now that's a different show, I guess, but it dawned on me at one point that I was seeing shadow people that would go to that spot in the floor and just disappear.
Hmm.
Wow.
I mean, I have a couch on one side of the room, and it looks like they're, and like you said, a pet, like a cat or a dog or whatever would jump from one of the cushions to the floor. And as soon as whoa, what is that? I look in the floor, nothing's there. And then one day it just happened to dawn on me. Hey, that's where me and David was sitting back,
playing the Ouija board
like 30 years ago or whatever. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, wrong. Here, let me fix you up.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me fix you up
It's
here.
a party 30 years ago.
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Hey, John Standridge says a good place to check out for paranormal activity is the Witch's Circle on Cave Creek Road.
I know John. He works with me.
Does he?
Yeah. Yeah. The Witch's Circle, I haven't been there since I was
That's up
younger.
in Kingston? Or
yeah,
wait,
it's back towards.
No, I'm sorry. Wait, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. That's back towards, you got to pass up. What is that? Going back towards Kingston. What is that?
the steam plant?
No, I don't think you have to go that far, do you?
It's on 95, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around in there.
Yeah,
I know you can get off of
go back
Sugar Limb Road.
You go back up past Polecat.
Yeah.
On 72. You keep going up 72.
Oh, that's 58.
Roane County, John said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up.
I think you usually can go on
Off Highway 70. Yep.
Yep.
You used to ride motorcycles up there all the time.
Oh, nice.
But yeah. Yeah, I haven't been there since I was like.
I've never been there. We need to make a trip out there.
It would be pretty cool to do an investigation out there, maybe. Witch's Circle. Yeah.
It's popular.
That there's a lot of sacrifices performed out there.
I hope it wasn't human.
No one will ever know.
Oh, they've had Sasquatch sightings too, he said.
Oh, that's like
hey, that's
I guess there's a portal there.
Well, that's a crazy thing though, is because the same thing kind of happens over in Coochie Booger, So
yeah, I don't know about this. Human sacrifices, and all of a sudden David said, Jason, let's go.
Roger, you want to go for
you want to go with us, Raj?
Hey, my brother-in-law just gave me a huge Bowie knife today.
He says one was human.
Wow. That's pretty wicked.
That definitely deserves that.
It does. So the origins of shadow entities, that's a big debate. What is the origin?
Right.
Some say they're ghosts or spirits trapped between our world and the next, the dimensions inner, could be in between.
I kind of think it's a dimensional thing.
Yeah, I do too.
I really do.
When you say that, what do you mean? Do you think that it is like, let's say that I come into this house or, here, and I move around.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point or another, let's say in the future, is that shadow of me like years past?
So-
Is that what you're trying to say?
No, now I believe that does something like that does happen. So there's a few movies that have actually touched on that very specific thing. When I'm saying dimensional, I think that, we live on dimensional planes, right? And we're on the third dimensional plane, actually kind of above it, right? Because we see everything as three-dimensional. So you can't be on the same plane and see the same plane, but that's specific, that's just getting into semantics, I guess.
We're at 3.5.
Right. A two-dimensional object ain't going to see things in two dimensionals. Right. They're going to see one-dimensional objects, right? But either way it goes, we see everything in three dimensions. Higher dimensions sees us like us looking into a fish tank, right? The fish just see their own little world, really nothing outside of that world. So I think that there's other beings that come in and observe this plane of existence. And I think that some of it could be, especially when it comes to the shadow people, because it seems like they're cognizant of you seeing them, and then they disappear.
Yeah, I do. That. Yeah.
And so I think that they are almost kind of like when we've had Mike Ricksecker on a few times, talking about this subject. I think that they are in almost they're here observing for whatever reason. And whatever it is that they're observing, I guess we don't know. Not enough information on it. But for some reason, they're observing. And they themselves don't like to be observed. So when you look at them, they hightail out. They disappear. Whether it's staying on this plane of existence, but then moving so fast that we can't see them, maybe, or moving back into their original plane of existence. But I think that shows a lot of what the shadow entities are. And that's just long thinking processes that probably don't go nowhere, but but I mean, I just think that that's a very good possibility if there is possibilities out there.
Yeah.
But what you were talking about, I find that fascinating because I think when it comes to hauntings in some places, I think what you're talking about, Roger, hits the nail on the head when it comes to that, because I think that there are times where we're living in our time, someone else is living in another time, past or present, past or future.
Right. Yeah.
And their time and our time somehow intersects at the same time.
Yeah.
So we're their ghosts.
Right. Yeah.
But they're also our ghosts.
Yeah.
Because there's times where the ghosts themselves seem to be afraid of you as much as you may be afraid of them.
Yeah. Well, I guess you can put it this way, like the past, present, and future is all at one point.
Well, when you talk about theoretical physics, they say that time is not linear. That's just how we view it.
That's happening at the same time.
Right. That the past, present, and future does happen instantaneously at the same time. So yeah, you're right. Yeah. So I think I don't know. Deep thoughts.
Yeah.
Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts with Jack Handy.
John says that there was an Indian burial ground in the area.
Oh.
That is interesting.
Yeah. So, do you think these shadow people are negative energy or positive energy?
I can say, for seeing for such a long period of time, I have no bad feelings towards them or anything. I mean, I kind of see them as a friend, I guess you could say. Yeah.
Well, that's what's funny is that a lot of people put negative connotations against these things, right? But again, talking about, our good friend that's been on the show a few times, he said that he never felt anything bad, even though one of them actually touched him when he was a kid and crossed his arms while he was sleeping. And he never felt that they were evil or malevolent or anything else. I can't speak from,
I mean,
for myself because I've never seen them.
I can say I've seen them over 6-7 foot tall, and I have seen them the size of a softball.
Wow.
I mean, the ones that like goes from my couch cushion to the floor is like a softball, or like Jason said, like a rat. I mean, about as long as a rat, or and about as, I don't know, big as round as a rat. I just say jump. Like I said, as soon as it hits the floor, it's go. In that spot, man.
You think we need to go close that off, Roger?
Yeah, man. I ain't had no problems with it.
Right. Jason's got him a Ouija board.
Oh yeah, I ain't used it yet. It's lost. I don't even know where I put it.
You need to bring it over.
I put it somewhere in the office. Ouija.
Yeah. Said it's in the island in front of the witch's circle.
Oh.
Some cable show. The title was called the 3 a.m. Challenge.
So John says that the burial ground is the island in front of the witch's circle. Which there was a cable show that the title was called 3 a.m. Challenge. I'll have to look that up.
I will too. That's interesting.
So the shadow person I seen was like a cartoon. I mean, it wasn't scary, but it scared me because I was probably like 6-7 years old.
Right.
But there was shadows next to it too, but the only one I remember was the hat guy with the pointed nose. He's sitting there flipping a coin. Like, hey, Muggsy, see,
what's up, man? What's up?
I don't know if I watched a lot of Bugs Bunny that day or what, but that was pretty wild.
Hey, Susan. She says that Eddie says don't mess with those.
Come on, Eddie. Let's try it.
The Ouija boards.
Let's go to the witch's circle, Eddie, and do the Ouija.
I tell you what.
Roger and I done the Ouija board.
Yeah. I tell you
nothing major bad happened.
You come to my house, we'll put it in the exact same spot that me and David did it in years ago.
I'll tell you what was weird. This was my one and only ever experience with the Ouija board too, was with Roger. I have never messed with one since, and it wasn't that it scared me, but it was a crazy experience. I will say it was a crazy, and Roger and I chose to put the board up after our experience too. Not that it was scary, but it was just weird. It was weird. But what's weird is that you put your hands on the planchette. And at first, it really doesn't do hardly anything, does it? It's just, you're just sitting there with your hands like this. And then you're asking questions and you're doing all kinds of stuff. And then the thing starts to kind of move. And then it slowly starts answering your questions. And what I found interesting about the Ouija board was that the more energy you seem to feed into this thing, by asking questions and stuff like that, in between questions, this thing was sitting there doing like a figure eight, just sitting there, just remember that, Roger? It was like just, and it seemed to get faster and faster, and it would answer your questions faster. Yes and no questions would go quicker. I don't know. It was interesting. It was really interesting.
Go ahead and tell the rest of the story.
But we ended up talking to a lady. And she said she was in hell. Did she not, Roger?
I just remember that it was, she said,
we asked her where she was buried.
Yeah.
We said, where are you buried? And she told us literally where she was buried. At the end of where Roger lives is a graveyard. And it's about 2 blocks down the road.
Right. Yeah.
2.5 blocks. And she told us literally where she was buried. Now, me nor Roger, as far as I know, ever just walked the graveyard and knew where people's graves were.
No,
But we walked there, literally walked straight to her grave where she told us she was buried.
yeah. And that's just it there. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking to myself right now, going like, why?
Yeah.
Well, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
Hey, David, you want to go? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. We just was gone. It was like walk down the road. We was talking. And it was like, man, this is going to be cool if we get there. And she's actually telling us the truth. We get there and it's literally the lady's name that they said it was going to be
on that
gravestone in the exact spot they said it was going to be at. I mean, it was exactly. And so we walked back and we went, boop, 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 put the board up. and it was, well, I'm going to bed. I'm going home. And that was it. I think I never played with it again. Did you ever touch it again? No.
I mean, life happens, you just don't.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't that it was a scary thing though. It wasn't scary, but it was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
We was just talking to something that said it was this person buried here, whatever it was. It was amazing. I mean, it was amazing. And I wouldn't mind doing it again. I'm in a different space now.
I was at a Halloween party when I was still in school. And we used a Ouija board.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a hold of they say it was a little kid. The girl I was with, man, she just went crazy.
Really?
Like crying and going, we had to leave because she was just bawling like crazy.
Really?
I don't know. It was just sad.
Huh.
The little kid supposedly fell off the banister or something. I don't know, but it was wild. Pretty crazy.
That's awesome. That is crazy.
That's my only experience with the Ouija board.
Yeah. Was you actually hands-on playing?
Yeah, it worked. I mean, I don't know if it's your subconscious doing it or what.
Yeah.
But it was
Well,
working.
it's a form of divination.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're divining spirits. You're calling a spirit into that board instead of calling it how some people call them into themselves. You're calling it into the board to talk to you. So it's divination,
Also, I got another story as kind of like, what was it, about 4 other my friends, Monty and Big Brian, Small Brian,
mm-hmm.
and Chris. We were all was all in my basement, and we had a mirror, and Monty came up with that bright idea. Hey, let's play Bloody Mary. Right.
I knew this was going there.
So yeah, we started doing Bloody Mary, and we just, time goes on. We said, okay, just put the thing up, and there go on. And Monty and Brian and Big Brian left, and they had a wreck.
Oh, I remember that night. So they left Roger's house and they was going down
to
Sugar Limb. It got so foggy, Monty couldn't see the end of Sugar Limb. He passed the stop sign up and hit the embankment straight in the.
Wow.
And what was funny is that little Brian called me crying. Oh my God.
I'm sure there wasn't no alcohol involved in that accident.
Yeah, but now, by the same time, that left me and Chris Fox at my house.
Yeah.
And I was facing the door. Chris was facing me, talking to me. And there's a window next to the door.
Oh, yeah.
And there at that window, I seen a figure with real long blonde hair.
That was me.
That was you. And I said, well, that's our friend Corey coming
Jason's
in.
here.
I said, well, that's our friend Corey coming in. And the door is locked. And I'm facing it. And I see a shadow person come through that door. It didn't walk like water or nothing like that. It just kind of like this,
Floated.
It
Floated.
It floated. Yeah. I mean, for lack of a better term, yeah, it floated. It came right up and stood right next to Chris. And Chris later on said, I thought it was Corey. So he said, he turned his head to look at Corey. But as soon as he turned his head, as soon as he laid eyes on it, it boom, disappeared. And me and him both going, you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah. There's another one.
John says he hasn't heard about Bloody Mary in 20 years.
It has been a while, hasn't it? Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
I'm going home.
There's a mirror.
There's a mirror right behind you, Roger. Hey, if it's going to get anybody, it's going to get Roger because it's right next to the mirror. Hey, wait. We need to turn off the lights. Roger, hit the lights. No, I'm just kidding.
No, not David, but Jason's got a new Bowie now.
Yeah. No, wait.
I do.
We're all in trouble.
It's in the car, though.
Oh, he didn't bring it with him. Whew. We're better now. You want to do a break?
Sure. Let's do a quick break.
We'll be back.
You want to do a little spiel?
Hey, we do have a new book out. East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore, 2nd edition. Look at this. Roger's got it right there. It's a beautiful book. That's actually the hardcover book that he's got. We've got a hardcover and a paperback. They're both really beautiful books. They're coming out on the 8th of this month.
Hey, Barker's Beauty right here.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. We got us a new Barker's Beauty.
Oh, my God.
It's a beautiful book, though. Definitely check it out. Remember, we're on paranormal411.org. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter. Find us on X. And what's the
Twitter is X.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Twitter and X.
It's X book.
Extra Twitter.
X book.
Twitter extra.
When you guys say Pornhub, I gotta leave.
Well,
Um,
I don't have that one. I don't have that one on the board. So yeah, that ain't going to be on there.
well, I mean, you talking about Pornhub? We can play the music.
But yeah, you can find us everywhere you find your favorite podcast platforms.
Oh yeah,
Join us.
Join us. We'll be
join us.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Roger will be back.
Just give us 6 minutes
And 1 second.
and 1 second.
Because I gotta go pee.
What if the world we know is merely a fraction of reality? What if there are forces, entities, and phenomena that exist just beyond our comprehension in the shadows of the unknown? Welcome to Paranormal 411, your gateway to the unexplained and the downright chilling. Imagine, if you will, a quiet, sleepy town tucked away from the hustle and bustle of the city. The locals tell tales of a house atop a hill where strange lights flicker and eerie sounds echo in the dead of night. Some say it's haunted, others claim it's a portal to another realm. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: those who venture there are never quite the same. Or picture this, a clear, starry night in the heart of the desert. Suddenly a blinding flash cuts across the sky, a craft of unknown origin moving at impossible speeds. It hovers, then vanishes, leaving only questions and a sense of awe. Could it be visitors from another world, or perhaps a secret government project? These stories, these encounters with the unknown, are what we love here at Paranormal 411. Our mission? To explore the unexplored, to question the unquestioned, and to shine a light into the darkest corners of the paranormal. We've journeyed through haunted houses and UFO sightings, and into the mysteries of cryptids and psychic phenomena, and pondered the existence of other dimensions. And yet, there is so much more to discover. Paranormal 411 is your guide to the unexplained and the extraordinary. Here we talk about the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of our world, from haunted houses and UFO sightings to cryptids and psychic phenomena. We love to question, to explore, and to understand the unknown. There's a world of mystery out there just waiting to be discovered. So why not join us on this journey into the unknown? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and become a part of the Paranormal 411 community. Together, we can uncover the secrets that the universe holds. Welcome to Paranormal 411. Your journey into the unknown starts here. Join us.
In the heart of Madisonville, Tennessee, lies a pizzeria like no other. Step through the door of Legends and Lore Pizzeria and be transported to a realm where paranormal and cryptid encounters along with mouth-watering pizza go hand in hand. Meet Eddie and his crew, who serve up slices of the supernatural along with the best pies in town. With the walls adorned with eerie artifacts, indulge in piping hot slices that melt in your mouth and tease your taste buds. And it's not just the locals who love the incredible pizza. Legends and Lore has been selected as the best pizza joint in all of Monroe County. As lovers of everything pizza and the paranormal, the owners have mastered the art of crafting unforgettable combinations that will leave you wanting more. To stay connected with this mystical eatery, follow Legends and Lore Pizzeria on Facebook, where tales of their latest creations and upcoming specials will be shared. Make sure to browse their custom menu, featuring legendary pizzas like the Chupacabra Ranch and the Exorcist. So, whether you have an appetite for the supernatural or simply seek the best pizza in town, Legends and Lore is the place to be. Come for the unforgettable flavors, stay for the captivating stories, and find yourself in a world where legends and pizza collide.
Get ready to rock with the electrifying sound of Catalyst, a band that's sure to leave you wanting more. With their powerful lyrics and killer riffs, Catalyst is a great sound in the world of rock music. You can listen and find Catalyst on Bandcamp or go to the link at paranormal411.org and click on their banner.
Hello.
All right.
Man, that dang gum Catalyst.
They're awesome, aren't they?
That song's great. Quit licking that book, Roger.
Hey, he likes it so much. Hey, remember,
It tastes good too.
that's right. If you don't like to read, you could also eat it. No,
Tastes like chocolate.
It's got lots of fiber in it.
that's it.
Hey, I hope that those of you that have already read the book that we sent you a copy of will go on to Amazon
Yes.
and leave us a good review.
Yep.
Please, no
Please.
bad reviews.
Yeah.
If
5
you
stars.
don't like it, lie.
Yeah.
Hey, John says in 2009, around 1 a.m., we had a Sasquatch sighting at my dad's place over next to Cross-Side Cricket. We came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere, and that across the oh man, I can't even see it. 4-foot fence, and we had been hearing coyotes.
Wow.
That-
You know, and they talk about that stuff, right? Where the coyotes and stuff seem to almost like they're the dogs for Bigfoot. Like Bigfoot actually has coyotes.
It's
that-
hellhounds.
Hellhounds on your trail, boy. Hellhounds on your trail.
Yeah, you do hear a lot of coyotes with, you know, that video that Eddie and Susan had.
Yep.
About the
howl.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the question I was asking that night. Is it that in the past we only had like this film, no mics on cameras? Has the howl always been there, or is it a new thing? Because to me, it's kind of like it's a new thing. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, you only heard of Bigfoot howl here in the last what?
Well, you know, it's called the Ohio howl for a reason. Like it's mainly in this area where you hear that real kind of sound to it. You know, it's not the same in the Pacific Northwest. They have a different. I don't know. It's weird, but they're not the same.
That's just like California, versus Tennessee.
Yeah,
that's right, boy.
They are not the same.
No, I'll tell you, I've been there.
Yeah,
we talk nice and smooth.
But you know that video
They talk
that
like,
they had, the recording they had of the howl.
Yeah,
you could hear coyotes going crazy too.
Yeah, and then you hear the dogs around their house.
Yeah,
start barking like crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. It really was.
But we're talking about shadow people.
Hey, but we could, you know, talk about a lot of different things. But you know,
much as Bigfoot blurs in and out, he's a shadow person.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, Jason was talking about before where shadow entities seems like they may be manifestations of negative energy. But you know, this could be a different from person to person or location, you know, that has experienced trauma or intense emotions. Now, in this view, the shadow entity is not concise being, but rather a kind of psychic residue.
So it could be residual
haunting,
just like Roger was talking about, past, present, future.
Yep.
I mean, it could be something from the past.
Yep. Coming into us now.
Right.
Yep.
Well, you know, there's been people who said they're in bed and an old hag, a shadow of an old hag, you know, was like set on top of them and start to smother them or hold them down. And also there's a tall man that will stand next to your bed and hold you down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, there's quite a few of those negative.
Yeah, well, you've got besides the old hag, you've got the incubus and the succubus.
Yes.
You know, stuff like that also might fall into that same realm.
I think it just depends on the spirit. I think, you know, good or bad.
Right.
Could have been a pretty mean person back in the day, or future.
Well, no, it's the same figure the world over. I mean, people like in Africa see the same hag, or they'll see the same tall man, the same guy wearing a hat, the little
a fedora.
Fedora, yeah,
Yep.
fedora. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah,
yep.
And yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, is it one entity going around all over the place, or is it?
Now the Hat Man might be one person.
Maybe, yeah.
Freddy Krueger.
Or it could be, it could be like the Men in Black, where it's a group. So this is a type of entity where they're all hat
Wearing
men.
hats.
Yeah. Because Michelle saw a hat man, but he wasn't wearing a fedora.
What kind of
He was
hat was
wearing
it?
a ball cap.
Ball cap?
Yep.
Now, that could have been
Modern
something
day.
from the future. Crazy.
Yep.
She needs to call in and tell us that story.
She does. I doubt if she will. But
Call
she
in, Michelle. Tell us that story.
does. John says the Ohio Howl brought it in for the front. Yep. Yeah, you're right. I think that those are very good recordings. The Ohio Howl was. And we've got some that are in this area. Last week's show, or actually, what was it? It was last week.
2 weeks.
Was it? It was Tuesday of last week, wasn't it? Tuesday of last week. I thought so. Where we had Eddie and Susan on, and they had some really awesome owls that were from their house. And they're very reminiscent of the Ohio Howl.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
It sounded like it.
Yeah. Identical. It's pretty crazy. And the video that Jason posted up,
my God,
was just, what was it? What'd they say, about a month before those howls that they got from their house?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even a mile from their house where that video was recorded.
That's one of
the Bigfoot.
That's one of the best videos I've seen.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. You want one of the best Bigfoot videos ever? Definitely look that up.
Yeah, Susan said it's about a mile away.
Yep. See, my memory hasn't failed me yet.
No.
Thank you, Susan.
So, talking about shadow people, a lot of times people associate it with, they get a feeling of fear and dread. However, it's unclear whether these feelings are caused by the presence of the entity or if the entity is attracted to these emotions.
Right.
Which that could be the case.
Yep. Well, I've said quite a few times that I believe that there's a lot of entities that are out there that feed on people, their emotions and things like that, just like a tick feeds on blood.
Yeah.
Or
the
person's open. Like if the person is a conduit.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like one of these. Have you seen like a dog fight with more than two dogs? Have you seen where the third dog is just sitting there poking at the one that they're beating up and just biting its tail or something? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Now, that could, be something bigger. Like, a lot of people think that they feed off the negative energy and drawn to people in distress. Like that third dog is drawn to the distress of that dog getting beat up. You see my analogy? It's probably not clear.
No, it's good. Yeah.
I just want to say, like I said, me seeing, shadow people. I mean, I don't know how far back, how far back as I can remember. And like I said, just a few days ago, just standing there at work at my computer, and like somebody's standing no more than like 3 foot away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought somebody was actually there till I turned and went, okay, like, what do you want? And there's nobody there.
It's like, I'm trying to work.
Yeah.
What do you want?
What do you want? No, I ain't got those things done yet. No, I'm working on it.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, but still, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's lots. Of course, they say ghost or like part of probably like a horrible death, or something like that there. So that's what brings ghosts in.
Unresolved issues.
Yeah, unresolved
and
issues.
things.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think I have anything unresolved. And like I said, seeing them as a kid.
Well, I've seen spirits my whole life. And I can't tell you what they wanted from me.
What was that, Roger?
That was water.
Okay. Killing me.
Water from. But despite their ominous appearance, not all experiences with shadow entities are negative. Now, some people report feelings of a sense of peace and comfort.
There we go.
After encountering these beings.
Yeah.
Now, this has led to speculation that some shadow entities could be protective spirits or guardian angels.
What was you had a woman on us here one time, and that's what she told me, that there's one, that is looking over me.
Right. That was probably
I don't remember the name. It's been a while back.
That was probably Lori Hines.
Lori Hines, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
And I mean, I have no dread. I have no fear of them. I mean,
Right.
So sometimes when I don't see them, I can, hey, we guys,
where you at?
Where you at? Come on now.
Roger.
I don't know where you go. Come back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, mushroom biscuits. Mm-hmm.
Where we just go, man?
We went to mustard biscuits now.
A lot of people communicate with these things. Have you ever communicated with them?
No, I mean, I see them, and by the time I would love to communicate. Well, hey, what's your deal? What you want?
What's up?
What's up?
I mean, you can meditate and do. We need to go over and do a seance.
We could bring a Ouija board.
Oh yeah,
damn, my damn walls is gonna bleed now.
We'll film it, Raj. We'll film it. It'll be all good on the movies.
You might need to be receiving a message from these people. Maybe that's why they're showing up.
It could be. I mean, maybe I'm just too dumb to see. I guess.
I don't know. I've seen ghosts my whole life, but I've never audibly heard any of them. So they haven't said, "Hey, dum, I'm here because of this." I could see them. It's like when we went to Chickamauga.
Yeah,
I saw the Confederate. As we passed by him, he took his hat off and was doing this right here, like waving at us, like waving us to come over there. I could see him just like I'm looking at you, Raj, but no one else could see him. But he was there. He was as real could be. Didn't hear him shouting, "Hey, come help," or do anything else. But he was like, took his hat off and was waving.
Yeah, rebel yell.
Yeah, but he did. He took his hat off and was just like,
what we was saying, here a few minutes ago, is kind of like, future, past, and present. I wonder did you see a rerun? Like maybe he was waving somebody at his own period of time.
Maybe.
Like, come over here, and you seen that? Or did he see you and go like, hey, I'm here, come over here.
Yeah. And I don't know, because either one could be the same.
At a corner of my eye. Okay, there we go.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Roger, I don't know, because I know I see these things, and I know when I see them, most other people don't see them. But I don't know if it's me seeing the past, me seeing the present. I know that as a kid, the things were real because they chased me around the house. Like if I took off running, they actually would run after me.
Yeah.
And I was little, and they were full-grown adult people.
But you said you never heard them.
They never spoke to me. They never said boogity boogity or anything. I mean, nothing. It was nothing.
They never give you the scary face.
Nothing.
That's crazy.
But what scared me, this is as a kid, this is what scared me. I had this big bedroom by myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I don't know why, but I woke up, and when I would look across my room, there was 3 adult people standing in the middle of my room looking at me that I didn't know who they were. And they scared the holy you-know-what out of me.
I know what they said.
What?
You gonna eat that cornbread? I bet that's what they said.
I don't know, but I know.
You gonna eat that cornbread, David?
I know I ran.
No, it was kind
I was like Forrest Gump. I just ran to the edge of Greenbow and I just kept on running.
No, it would be like, hey, David. Hey, Dave. He's like, what? Boom!
Yeah.
It was just weird because like I woke up and they were just standing there. Just standing there looking at me.
Crazy. Maybe they were just viewing you and seeing what you was doing. And
well, that's why by the time I was 5, I was like, you don't scare me no more. Now, I don't know why I took off running. They followed me. Like I would run down the stairs. I remember one time I was so scared. The stairwell come down and then it curved and then it kind of come down again. I was running so fast that I was looking behind me screaming, and I hit the wall on that landing. Just face planted that wall because I was so scared that these things were following me. And it wasn't, again, being an adult and looking back at this, it wasn't something that was, I don't think is aggressive.
It wasn't your imagination.
Oh, it was definitely not unless I had the exact same thing every night.
Yeah.
I mean, every night.
You got a lot of skeptics.
Yes. And that's fine. I'm a very big skeptic. That's why, what's funny about me is that I'll hear people talking about them being able to see spirits and them
it was just
listening to spirits,
trick of the lights
and all that. And I'm sitting there going, God, that don't sound good.
Swamp gas.
Because I'm like, I hope I don't sound crazy like that.
You have an eye condition, David.
I do. I have to have reading glasses on to see the teleprompter.
It's a misinterpretation, David.
Yeah, it's just my hair getting my eyes right.
That's right. Yeah. 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 I mean, skeptics, I'm okay with them. They can say whatever they want to.
Yeah.
But you know what? If I could give them what I have for a day, they would gladly give it back. I would tell you that. They would gladly want to give it back to me.
I have to say that I've never had that kind of connection with the other world.
Well, you saw me when we went to Chickamauga.
Yeah, you were sick.
I got sick. I got physically sick there.
But
I was fine until we got there in Chickamauga, and I got physically sick.
I did hear a horse.
Yeah, you and your daughter did.
That day.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of horses, but I mean, it was clear as a bell. They were like,
yeah, they did that.
Okay, you guys say you got footage from being there, or some place.
We have footage from there, but I don't know if I was recording when the horses was there.
You was driving when that happened. What, did you have your windows down?
No, it was that same place where
I got sick, where I started getting sick,
where you walked out in that big field.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I was walking, you went before us, and I was walking, and I heard that horse, and I was like, I heard a horse. And then my daughter goes, I heard it too. Pretty crazy, but 8 horses got killed right there. That spot.
Yep. 8 horses and 2 men or something like that.
Yeah, I just like I said, your all's footage. That's what I want to say. Like the last time this last time you guys went. I mean, post it up. I like to see it.
Well, see,
I'm gonna debunk you. You know what I am.
Right. Hey, that's cool.
It's on YouTube.
It is. Really?
Yeah. Well, just me talking, right? When
Well,
short.
the Blue House ain't on YouTube yet.
That's what I'm saying. That there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean our last investigation?
last,
yeah. He's doing a 1 hour video on that. Yeah, he's cutting it and putting it all together. That
Roger
was pretty cool.
You needed to come to that.
Yeah.
We're
going to do it again.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Come on, let's go.
I don't know where.
Come on, back up. Let's go.
Not only are we going to do it again, but when we do it again, and I don't know if it's going to be there or if it's going to be over here at the Carmichael, but we actually have now, according to Eddie, because they got a hold of Eddie and everything, but Instagram has disconnected the stream. No, they disconnect streams after 1 hour is what it says.
Oh, okay.
But Eddie,
the Carmichael Inn. Okay, so what's the thing about it?
oh man, so at one point, there were slaves that were put downstairs and chained up. Their job during the daytime was to take the ferry back and forth, ferry people back and forth across the Tennessee River. And there's been people that's been pushed down the stairs. One night, and this is in this book too, isn't it?
Okay, you're talking about the Carmichael Inn.
The Carmichael, it's in the
right
book.
Here. That's right here in Loudon.
Yep.
That's right here at the bridge.
Yep.
That was across the river at one point as a stagecoach.
The log cabin part was.
Yeah, log cabin.
But not the other part, not the brick part.
Okay, okay.
So they took the log cabin and attached it to the brick part.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
I think the brick part was the old storehouse.
Yes. Yeah. There's an old storehouse, and they had slaves that took people back and forth across on the ferry.
Right, yeah.
Right there
on
Ferry Street. Yep.
And I was just showing Jason that footage of that worked right. I filmed the Blair's Ferry.
Right.
And not also the Path Killer Inn.
Right. Yeah, someone's about to buy it because it's pending right now. I was mad because I really wanted to buy that. But
that would have been Paranormal 411 headquarters.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty dang haunted.
It's been around since the 1800s.
That was the oldest. That is the oldest building in Loudon.
It is. It's the very first building in Loudon.
Yeah. But in there, they've had one night someone closed the doors, locked it, had all the chairs put up and everything on the tables. And this was before the current owners have it now. The person came in and opened the place, and the next morning, all the chairs were set back down. Pictures had been moved on the walls and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Some crazy stuff has happened.
When it was a coffee shop.
Yep.
There was a an employee that went downstairs
and got
locked in.
Got locked in the downstairs.
Nobody was there to lock.
That's where they used to chain up the slaves,
but they couldn't get the door open.
Yeah, the door wasn't locked, but the person from the outside or the person on the inside could not open it. Yeah. It's an interesting place, and we've got
that's
first rights to go in there and film and do everything.
That's walking distance from my house. We can do a whole night.
Oh, we plan on it, and we don't know if it's going to be Jason's wife's family home. Well, it is. They're owned by the family.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be the other place, but Susan and them have the ability. They've got a person that's in the media that's wanting to do an investigation with them and wanting to publish it in the paper. And so we're trying to figure out where we're going to go and try to do this all together.
Well, we do have that. What is it here in Loudon? That ghost that Bo Carey does.
Yeah, I was just going to mention the ghost tour. We need to go on the ghost tour or the tour, any tour with Bo Carey.
Yeah, his two
And-
tours that he does is awesome. We've been on both. Yeah, he does the Graveyard tour, and then he does the Loudon tour.
Yeah, and that's on Halloween.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
he
he does it
starts
the
in the
whole
fall.
month before.
Yeah, in the fall he'll start doing tours.
And they're fun.
You know, I was
Very informative.
I was looking at I forget the Facebook page of the Loudoun County Historical Society.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go to one of their meetings because they have some crazy stuff. They have I know there's one in Lenore City coming up that they're going to be talking about the diary of some woman. Yeah.
Diary of a Mad Woman.
We can learn a lot of information from this.
Oh yeah.
So that would
I'm
be
game.
good. We need to do that.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm up for it. But yeah, we've got Jason's in the middle of putting that 1 hour show together. So, and there's all kinds of stuff.
I've been looking forward for it. And you guys been saying it, well, like a couple of weeks now.
No, it's been over a month. It's
Yeah,
been 2 months, I think, isn't it, Jason?
I've been so sleepy and tired. I just have to go to bed, you know?
Well, we've also been
Yeah,
trying to finish the book.
Yeah, we did
Fifth
finish the
iteration.
book.
Fifth iteration of the book.
That the video is next on my list.
Yeah.
Quit licking that book.
You know, in the field of parapsychology, they have attempted to study the shadow beings. Now, they had varying degrees of success with this. They captured some evidence of these elusive beings, and they said that it is very challenging. Now, as often they disappear when directly observed. Now, however, there have been cases where shadow entities have been caught on film and video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched a show. I think it was Ghost Adventures. They was at that. It had a coach. It was like 1800s wagon, and they caught a shadow figure with a cowboy hat on. Yeah, and it showed it. It was pretty real.
That's crazy.
Nobody got possessed that day.
Rare.
Rare for Ghost Adventures, right? I've been watching a lot of Nick from Ghost Adventures. He's his own paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
And he is truly authentic.
Yeah.
He don't do the bull crap like production. We got to get this. We got to catch this. We're going to put this here, and you're going to say, "Oh," and you're going to get possessed. He don't do that. Nick Groff, Paranormal Lockdown is a good show.
That's their second iteration of a show because their first one got canceled. So
yeah, they had one in England, Paranormal Lockdown UK,
and
then Paranormal Lockdown in the Americas.
Yeah, but they had a show before that.
Then he done the
because it was him, his sister, and a best friend of his that was on that show.
Yeah, and he had the Ghost of Shepherdsville.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I like Nick Groff.
Right.
I've messaged him, try to get him on the show, but he's too busy.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Hey guys, I'm not busy.
That's right.
Here.
Right. Thank you, Raj.
you for being on the show, Roger.
That's right. Now, some people have tried to communicate with shadow entities using spiritual practices, such as meditation or seances. Now, while the results vary, there are accounts of people receiving messages or gaining insights from these encounters. Again, we need to go to Rogers and do a seance.
Yeah, we do.
And film it.
Let's do it. You give us a day, Roger, any evening besides Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah. Besides the day we have to be here doing this.
Yeah. It'll be a
And
Wednesday
we're
or
going-
Sunday.
We'll have to bring a voice recorder. We'll bring a video recorder.
Hey, bring out what's the stick thing? What do you call it? The camera. That does
We got to make it first.
Oh yes, that's right over there, Rog. See that box?
Yeah.
We're gonna do a build video on that. That's a SLS camera.
There we go.
Yes.
I'm going to bring my new FLIR.
He's got his FLIR, brand new FLIR.
Oh no.
You might be able to
Nice.
see them shadow figures with the FLIR. now.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, regardless of their true nature, entities, shadow entities, they got a significant, they have a significant impact on people that encounter them. Just like me, when I was a child, do not have a good memory, but I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And to be 6 or 7 and me still remember that, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, I can say, like I said, I've seen them as far back as I can remember, and I just about remember them all. You know, I mean, I remember being a kid standing in my uncle's house where he was building a new addition to it. I was standing there next to a 2x4, and one walked by me.
Right.
I mean, God, how old was I then? You know, I mean,
But you remember
Hey,
it.
we don't have to say ages on here.
yeah,
You know,
555 years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
back when I was a younger man.
that experience that you had has led you to dig deeper into it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, like,
But also with that age, it's come, you know, the realization that obviously they're not there to harm you.
Yeah.
You know.
and I can also say, like, towards Halloween, fall of the year.
Wait, hold on. I got to interrupt you just for 1 second.
Boy,
Eddie Robinson just got a brand new Ovilus.
What?
That's what she said.
What?
Where do you go to get this stuff, Susan?
They know the hookup because they got a lot of stuff.
I know. I hope that you have that box. I guess it's called a ghost box. It's got reverb and all
She
that.
said
where-
go stop.
Ghost stop. Do you have like the box that does the reverb and is pretty loud and talks to you?
I bet they got it.
I hope you do, because I want to use it. They're about $400.
We're gonna have 2 SLS cameras next time.
just think, from the movie Ghostbusters, which 2 people in that movie actually believed in ghosts and actually believe in all the stuff that was in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have, I'll bet the proton, what do you call it?
The proton packs.
Yeah,
Yes.
proton packs. I mean, we got it. Now we got everything.
Yeah.
You know, we got the spirit boxes. We got, you know,
Yeah.
this and that. Yeah.
Well, that's our next, topic here, pop culture. These entities have appeared in books, movies, television, a lot of television shows, and they're often portrayed as menacing figures. I've never seen one that was a menace.
No, but you know what's funny is that a lot of other people that talk about them say that they get these spooky feelings and this. I think that it's almost the same phenomenon. That a lot of people get when they first start getting, say, alien abduction, right? They get that same feeling because if you listen to Travis Walton, when he thinks about it now, he's like, I think that they were actually trying to help me.
Yeah.
Because that beam actually did damage and they were trying to fix me. But I think it takes that retrospective to understand it. And so I honestly believe that is just your fight or flight response kicking in, saying, oh my God, I should fear this and I should run.
Because it's unknown.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
You're experiencing the unknown.
Right.
What does it look like? I just got finished saying, I was, 6, 7, 8-year-old by myself and seen, like a shadow figure walk up to me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like, and take off running. I just like, okay. And, just look that way and it was gone.
Right.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
It's a
I
book.
quit.
Yeah. So what was you saying, Roger?
He don't remember.
I don't remember.
He was
got
6 or 7
Texas-
and
He's with the Texas Hippie Coalition, Band of Outlaws.
Yeah, man. But anyway, yeah. I never like really seen them as something to be scared of, even being at a young age.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen them, thousands and thousands
But
of times.
that's when you looking back. But when you were young, you had to be scared a little bit.
No, I wasn't scared at all. I mean, they never give me a reason to be scared.
You didn't say, "What the heck?"
Well, yeah, I seen. I go, whoa, okay, what was that?
Right.
It's more or less a curiosity, more like, and it still is today. Like when I see them, right, like, what's to go home tonight and see one, I'm going like, stick around a little bit longer. Let me like actually really get a look at you. Like what are you?
Do you think they've influenced you in any way?
Such as, I don't know.
Maybe helped you mentally, or
Probably so.
they've got you more interested in paranormal.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I did see these big, tall, 6 foot, 7 foot tall, slender shadows. Now, here like a couple of summers ago, there was a little rat-sized, cat-sized things, jumping off my couches onto the floor.
Right.
And now there's like little misty balls. It's kind of it's not really a ball per se. It's just
kind of like an orb.
Yeah, it's kind of like you just see the outline of a ball that kind of swirls into itself, and as soon as it hits the floor, it just.
Wow.
So how old is that house?
It was made in the 30s, 1939, I think, 1938.
You never know what happened there.
There has been people that I have heard that people have died in the bedroom that I sleep in now.
Have you had pets that have passed?
Yes, I had a dog that passed. Yeah.
I really do believe in pets have spirits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're just mindless
and
creatures.
the dog is buried outside the house,
right
at my bedroom.
Right.
Not in my bedroom, but outside.
right.
Outside, a few yards away from it.
Hmm.
Some crazy stuff goes on around Loudoun County.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like the time that me and my girlfriend at the time, we were leaving the house to go eat, and my neighbor, which was an old woman, she's sitting on her porch. She's sitting in a chair.
Yeah. I remember the story.
With her arms on the chair rest. And she just sat there and she just turned her head real slow and just looked at us as we walked down our walkway to her car. And we left, and we ate. We came back, and she was still sitting there in that chair. Same thing. She didn't move. Just her head moved. She just followed us right back into the house. The next day, my neighbor come over and says, "It's a shame about Betty, ain't it?" I'm going, what are you talking about? Oh, she died about a couple of days ago. What? We didn't see her yesterday.
She was looking at me.
Yeah, just looking at me.
What's up?
Give me that ghost eye.
That's right.
The sticky eye.
Now, skeptics argue that shadow entities are the result of optical illusions, tricks of the light, conditions such as sleep paralysis, eye conditions, things that can cause people to see shadowy figures, leading to a lot of misinterpretations. you know.
Little floaters.
Yep, floaters.
We've all experienced little floaters.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, oh, I know before. But I'd say that I'm in a room all day long with the same lighting,
Well, see,
and then all of a sudden, boom, something happens. It's kind of like it can't be to change the lighting.
for a long time, I'd tell my doctor, I was like, no matter where I see, I have this. It's not really a floater because everywhere I look, there's a dot. And as I move my eye, there's a dot, right? So she took her little thing and she's like looking at my eye and she goes, well, Mr. Reagan, you need to go see an optometrist. Your eyes are so dark, I can't even see anything in your eyes.
See the devil in your eye.
But yeah, she's like, your eyes are so dark, I can't see anything. You need to go see an optometrist and see if there's something stuck in your eye, you know, because that's what I always thought it was. It still may be, because I mean, it's still there years and years later.
Yeah, you would know it if something was stuck in your eye, because I had a piece of metal like
yeah, well, that
burn
would hurt.
into my pupil.
Yeah.
Just a small little piece where I was sawing a truss, and you know the metal
sparks just
things
pop up.
Yeah, and it got in my eye, and immediately I had to go to the eye doctor, and they had to dig that crap out. Because, I mean, does it bother you?
Not a lot, but I've been used to for years now. And I mean years now. It's probably been 10, 11 years or so, maybe even longer than that I can see. That's like right there. And as I move my eye, it moves with my eye. You know, and floaters don't do that. They just kind of they're there, they're not there. Yeah.
I have them constantly.
Right. But this is something that's a speck, a black speck that's always in my vision.
Yeah. You got something in your eye.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. Like I said, my doctor tried to find it and was like, your eyes are too black. I can't see them.
Crazy black-eyed kid.
Right.
Oh, that's
my eyes are so dark that you can barely see my pupils. So I'm a black-eyed kid. The Chinese eyes.
So, you know, regardless of the true nature of these shadow entities, and the people who encounter them, these experiences can lead to a lot deeper interest in it.
Yep.
Like it's done you, right, Roger?
Yeah, I can say, yeah.
So, do you desire to understand it?
Oh yeah, I do. I said, you know, if they want to stick around and talk a little bit, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll buy them dinner.
Buy them dinner. What you want? So it's important to approach this topic with an open mind. Don't forget that. While it's natural to fear it, which you say you don't now, because it's happened
Forever
since you can remember. It's also possible that these beings have a lot to teach us about the nature of reality, maybe the unseen dimensions. So they could teach us a lot.
Yep.
About the universe, maybe. I mean, you know, I do think they're dimensional.
I do. I kind of lean. I'll say I lean towards that pretty good, you know. Because just the nature of that being, of how it acts and reacts, and it interacts.
Maybe it's somebody looking through a portal to see what you're doing, see how you're doing. You never know.
Maybe in 2,000 years,
or maybe
your relatives could look back and see what their great grandpappy's doing.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I never know.
Or maybe my second is their Alan.
Yep.
I mean, they're here looking at me for a whole hour. Yeah, I see them for a second.
Right.
Maybe
That's possible.
your future is their present.
Yeah.
And they're watching you.
Yep. Yep.
Well, it must be fascinating.
You got something going on. Quit licking that book.
Remember to stay calm if you ever encounter a shadow entity. You know, many believe that these entities are drawn to fear and negativity. So maintain a positive mindset, and that could actually help. Possibly, maybe. You know, this is something that we've talked about a few times on the show, but
I think just last week.
yeah, right. Yep. You know, keep a record of your experiences.
Yeah.
You know, this can help you identify patterns, maybe even help you gain a better understanding of what you're dealing with. Then share your experiences with others, and maybe, you know, they could also provide, you know, some validation to what it is that you're feeling.
And even comfort.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's a good thing, but at the same time, you know, talk to people that you're comfortable talking with, because, you know, no one wants to be called crazy.
That's right.
You know,
I see that tinfoil hat over there.
what?
You know, it still remains a mystery about the shadow entities.
Right.
Until we have some definite proof on video, Roger, you need to set up a camera
Or two.
and record this. All we can do right now is just speculate and go by what you're telling us,
Right.
which I believe you 100%, but
Right.
you know, probably other people will say
Right.
he's crazy.
You know, and that's another thing, right? Is that a lot of people will be like, oh, it's a shared delusion.
Yeah.
You know, all kinds of other stuff. But you know what? I believe that if you're so skeptical to too many things, and you close your mind off to too many things, then you're just going to be dumb to it all.
Right.
You've got to have an open mind. And that doesn't mean believe everything that you're told.
Don't drink the water.
Yeah. Or drink the Kool-Aid for sure. Right.
Because it's got chlorine in it.
That's right.
And that stuff will dumb you up.
Yeah, that's right.
I know this because I had a water test done on my house.
That's funny.
I'm sorry. I got a little political there.
You know, ultimately, the existence of shadow entities remains a mystery. And until we have definite proof one way or the other, all we can do is speculate and share the experiences that we have.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
That's all we can do.
I got proof.
Right?
I prove it. I prove it.
You need to prove it. You need.
You know, but that's just it. I mean, like,
That's the problem. Everybody is looking for answers. We don't have to prove that it don't exist. You have to prove that it does.
right.
Well, that's what they say, right?
Yep.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Yep.
So
you need to set up some cameras, and we need to see this stuff.
All right. I got cameras right there in that room.
Or we need to go over and do a little Ouija boarding.
Ouija board.
Ouija boarding and seancing.
We can surf it.
I ain't scared.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of that root beer. I'm good.
I ain't scared.
No, not scared. Not scared at all.
Hey, it's about an hour and a half into the show, and I think we're about done.
Well, you know, whether these things are ghosts,
yeah,
interdimensional beings, or simply figments of our imagination, shadow entities continue to captivate and terrify us. They serve as a reminder of the many unanswered questions that exist in our world and the endless possibilities that await us in the realm of the unknown.
Sorry.
The realm of the unknown.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
Hit the button, Jay.
Hey, it's been a good show.
It has.
Been a good show.
I had fun.
Yeah, it's really a
I
good
can
show.
say that I do not believe it, that they're ghosts. I believe ghosts and shadow people are two different things.
I'm with you on that. I really am. But I'm up in the air of what the shadow people are, right? Whether they're dimensional beings of some sort or something else.
Watchers.
Watcher. Yeah.
There you go. Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
I believe that they definitely are watchers of some sort because that's what they seem to be doing.
That's
right?
all they do is watch.
They sit over in a corner or somewhere and they watch you.
They don't interact at all. I mean,
except for Mike Ricksecker, where he said that one folded his arms.
Yeah, you're right.
But again,
They
were watching. Yeah,
they could have been trying to help him.
Or he says that he believes that it was like an ancient Egyptian thing where the pharaohs and stuff when they die they're put like this.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to us that he thought that maybe that's what they were doing with folding his arms, was like,
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Mike Ricksecker has a really good book. It's called A Walk in the Shadows.
Yeah, it's not his newest book.
No, but that's the one that he talks about the shadow people. And I would highly recommend it because it is a good book. It's called A Walk in the Shadows by Mike Ricksecker. Check it out. If this is a fascinating topic, definitely check that book out.
Yeah,
definitely.
Hey, Roger, why don't you tell us your channel?
Yeah,
where they can find you?
Yeah,
I'm on YouTube. The channel is called Halloween Sickness. It's about amateur bands right here local. I mean, the Catalyst was on there. I got Sean Delaney. I got a brother, and then brother. Yeah, I mean, it's got old style stuff there, old 80s music there.
I cannot wait to show that picture to Mr. Tim Lennox.
Yeah, Tim's in that.
Do you know Tim Lennox was in a band?
I did not.
He is the drummer of Brother.
Huh.
Go to Halloween Sickness and find brother, and you'll find Tim.
Oh, that's our outro music.
Oh, it's the good stuff.
I want to thank Roger for coming on. Remember his channel, Halloween Sickness on YouTube. It's pretty good. He got some good stuff on there.
He does.
He's even got stuff of Paranormal 411.
Even the show that didn't get aired on your show.
That's right. 24 or the Catalyst show that didn't quite make it.
Yeah, the Patriot show.
Yep, it was a good show.
Remember, join us Tuesday?
Well, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, the Tuesdays and Thursday shows. If you have anything that is a ghost, cryptid, or anything in the paranormal, and you want to talk to us about it, and you want to be live on the show, you come on Tuesdays or Thursdays, right, Jason?
Yeah, we can set up the call-in number. If you can just email us to let us know that you want to come on and share your story, or if you want to just email us your story, we can read it.
Email us is info@paranormal411.org. That's info, info at paranormal411.org. And tell us you want to be on the show, and we'll definitely set a Tuesday or Thursday aside to have you on. We would love to do that. And our Saturday shows are going to be 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. usually. Now on WDJYFM.com. That is Saturday nights, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit the button one more time. And that's WDJYFM. You can listen to that at WDJYFM.com. Or you could go to paranormal411.org, click on the link. You can listen to us. And again, that's every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You could go to paranormal411.org, paranormal411 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Remember, we have a new book out that's called East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore Edition 2. Roger Bob's got it set up right there. You see that? That's a beautiful book. That's the hardcover copy right there. Definitely look for that. That's coming out the 8th of this month, right, Jason?
The 8th?
The 8th. Yeah. So definitely buy this book. It's awesome. It's beautiful. Look at Roger. He liked it so much, he's licking on it. We're on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Join us.
Join us, everybody. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Yes. Have a good night.
Bye, Roger.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.